Tonight, drought-like conditions help fuel wildfire north of Duluth, prompting evacuations and an hours-long firefight.
And helping the homeless. As the pandemic continues, house shelters will help those who have nowhere to turn when temperatures drop.
Plus, under the bright lights, a move by the St. Louis County Board brings the big screen one step closer to the area.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A wildfire north of Duluth is out tonight after forcing evacuations and burning more than 20 acres.
According to Ellsberg fire officials, flames broke out around 5 p.m. off Lee Road in Melroot, just north of Cotton. CBS 3's Ryan Campo is on site and has more details on the fire.
Kristen and Tony, good evening to you. Investigators say a branch fell on a power line, sparking the fire, which was then fueled by high winds and dry conditions. A dozen fire departments, the DNR, and the St. Louis County Rescue Squad responded. The fire grew to more than 20 acres in size, and crews evacuated some homes that were within a quarter-mile of the flames. The fire was under control around 7:45 and out a short time after that. No one was hurt and no structures were damaged. The DNR plans to return to the scene tomorrow morning to investigate further. Now, Kristen and Tony, even with the inch of rain that Duluth received on Monday, 2020 is still the driest year on record to this date. Now, I spoke with DNR officials about what could happen if this trend continues and how you can prevent spreading fire.
October is the fourth busiest month of the year for us.
With October historically being one of Minnesota's worst months for wildfires, Minnesota DNR officials are already seeing a noticeable uptick in fires in the last week.
You get those nice warm days, but then they get a little bit of wind with them, and then we have fuels that are dry and ready to go, and that produces some windows for opportunity.
The DNR says October's dryness is just like the conditions we see in April. With nights that go below freezing, grass doesn't take up the moisture it normally does, creating fuel for fires to start.
There's less moisture in the fuels, and so you have a lot of things that kind of come together to add up to, potential.
Just in Duluth, we are 10 inches below a normal year of precipitation, making a typically dry season that much more dangerous.
The grass and the brush that are laying right on the ground, and they can dry out significantly within a couple of hours. And so if you get the right air mass and the right winds coming through, you can be dry even though we just had rain. Things can dry out very quickly.
Kristen and Tony, DNR officials are advising you use extra precaution if you make a campfire by making sure the fire is completely out before you leave it, as it could flare up to 10 days after you think it's out.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Meanwhile, there's some new details tonight in a story we reported yesterday. As 6 townships scramble to find emergency services, the ambulance service is not renewing the contract. Has responded. For the past 5 years, 6 townships in Ashland County worked with Great Divide Ambulance Services. In the summer, the company said they would stop responding to those townships effective January 1st. Today, the manager of Great Divide, Rob Poles, told us they're cutting service because they can't find enough people to work. According to Great Divide, they notified the townships with enough time to come up with a plan, but they say the townships failed to do so. And Dave's here for our first look at the weather tonight. Dave, we saw that wildfire out there at the top of the show. We did get a little rain today, but still just drastically behind on the year.
Yeah, we do have a better chance for a little more rain tomorrow, but this morning's was kind of disappointing for folks hoping that would stave off the wildland fire danger. Let's take a look at some of the totals that came in, and we're measuring most of them in hundredths. 2/100ths of an inch in Ely, 3/100ths for Moose Lake. The closest to getting even 1/10 of an inch was International Falls, and then into Wisconsin and the UP, just a trace there as well. And then in the afternoon, the sun came out and it warmed up. Range of high temp went from about 54 degrees in Orr to as warm as 62 in Superior. Yeah, looks like Superior was the top temperature for today. Come tomorrow, well, there's a chance they might be the top temp again, but it won't be around 60. No, we're going to drop towards 50 with a 60 to 80% chance for rain. It'll be a little bit more than today's, but not as much as Monday's. So by splitting the difference, we'll show you the latest total estimates in just a few more minutes, and then we'll talk about a change that'll already be with us by Thursday.
Thanks, Dave. The future of 3 key permits for a proposed copper nickel mine on the Iron Range were on the docket today for the Minnesota Supreme Court. This morning, lawyers for the proposed polymet mine and state regulators urged Minnesota's highest court to rely on the State Department of Natural Resources and its experts and reinstate 3 critical permits. Attorneys for the DNR and Polymet argued the agency acted within its authority when it decided there was no need for a trial-like proceeding known as a contested case hearing. They pointed out the agency had already held years of public environmental review and permitting proceedings.
DNR is a neutral decision maker and DNR is an expert decision maker. Adding process just for the sake of process because the other side is unhappy with DNR's decision and their briefs are clear on this, calls into question DNR's credibility.
Environmentalists countered, saying the State Court of Appeals got it right back in January when it said the hearing is required by law.
It had no opportunity to have any kind of a hearing, to present evidence, to cross-examine witnesses. And some of the issues that were in the EIS were simply never responded to, no matter how many times we brought them up with experts.
The court did not give a time frame on when a decision could be made on the permits.
The snow and cold temperatures will be here before we know it. That leaves many living on the streets cold at night and in need of a warm place to stay. With the pandemic going on, that could mean less room. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke with one warming center in Superior that is doing all they can to keep those on the streets safe while providing an ample amount of space.
With the weather cooling down, the Ruth House in Superior is ready to give a warm home to those that need it.
What we like to do, and what we ask people is to wear a mask, and most of them just automatically do that. Also, we want to maximize the distancing the best that we can.
Jack Swanger is the pastor for Walking Victorious Ministries. With the pandemic going on, he says spacing is a priority when temperatures drop below 40 and his doors open up.
It used to be we had bed-bug resistant mattresses and stuff, but it took up so much room that we transitioned now into cots.
The transition is allowing Ruth House to still serve the same amount of people as before.
Our limit of people staying here are 40.
But it doesn't stop with just giving a warm place to stay. Volunteers like Faye Living Good say they're making sure those in need have PPE.
Face masks, we have ladies in the community that are providing those for us. We also do care packages for people to take with them that have personal hygiene needs, hand sanitizer, all those things.
While Ruth House is mostly covered when it comes to PPE, they are still in need of some things, but the community is responding.
Warm blankets, sleeping bags, coats, winter boots. They are starting now to come through the door.
A door that is able to be open thanks to a collaborative effort.
The community just really loves this ministry. I mean, it's been very supportive.
We did also reach out to Chum in Duluth. They told us they have been talking about a plan but haven't made any official decisions. For more information on how you can help the Ruth House, you can head on over to our website.
October is Farm to School Month in Minnesota, and schools all across the state are celebrating collaborations it creates for local farmers, school districts, and educational opportunities. For the Mesabi East School District, last school year, their cafeteria collaborated with 3 different farmers. And this year, students are helping out, growing fruits, vegetables, and other plants in their horticulture class. Students and educators say the Farm to School initiative is a way for students to take what they read in their textbooks and put it to use in real life. The Mesabi East School's Farm to School program started 4 years ago in a classroom, and over the years, the program has expanded into 5 greenhouses the district has purchased.
Just 1 week after hearing from the community, the future of Duluth's historic Old Central School is now on a clearer path. During a special meeting tonight, the school board unanimously approved a resolution which paves the way for the potential future sale of the school should an offer come on the table. It wasn't clear if there is an offer on the table at this point, and this comes after the district put the school on the market earlier this year, citing financial hardships. District officials said they are looking into ways to relocate all staff and programs currently housed within the historic school.
St. Louis County could soon see the bright lights of Hollywood. The County Commission today unanimously approved the Film Industry Incentive Program. The goal is to lure potential film projects to the county. The county says now is the time to offer incentives. There's growing interest in making movies, documentaries, and commercials in the region. The The county also has a local artists, blue-collar labor, and skilled trade workers at the ready. Commissioner Frank Jewell says the incentive will likely cover 20 to 25% of the cost film crews spend in the county.
So if we spend $1 million, there is between $4 and $5 million of additional spending by the film or series in the area. And I think that's really important because it becomes a catalyst for a much bigger amount of spending.
Exact details of the program are still in the works. Commissioner Jewell says several filmmakers have already reached out about potential projects.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a local nature center is fundraising with a tasty treat. Find out why next.
Well, talking about rain totals for October, thanks to that inch of rain on Monday, we're only 2/10 of an inch shy for the month. Tomorrow, we may be able to make up that deficit as a fairly decent chance for rain comes our way. We'll talk about how long it'll last coming up right after this break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Save $200 off a 2-month program and get free shipping. It's our 10th anniversary sale. Save $200 and free shipping at Healthy Systems USA. Order now.
I'm Sean Mullen, a physician assistant at St. Luke's Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. I first became interested in orthopedics from my own injuries in high school sports. I became fascinated with the way the body recovers and heals. You only get one body, so if you take care of it well, that will pay dividends for you down the road. Taking a patient who is in a bad place from an injury or a condition, knowing that you're a part of their care and helping to increase their quality of life is one of my favorite things about working here.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $400 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to CSLplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
It's time for the annual Subaru Love a Pet adoption event. Join us virtually this year. For the month of October, there will be discounted adoption fees for dogs and cats, along with featured pets of the day. Visit animalallies.net for featured pets and event details. Miller Hill Subaru and participating shelters are excited to find loving homes for pets and bring you this event virtually. Visit animalallies.net for adoptable pets and details.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Save $200 off a 2-month program and get free shipping. It's our 10th anniversary sale. Save $200 and free shipping at Healthy Systems USA. Order now. The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, I usually try not to show the same picture twice in a day, but this one is so neat, I have to show it again just in case you didn't catch it at 6 o'clock here. Looks like God's mustache staring at us from the sky here. But what it is a horseshoe cloud. And what you get is a regular cumulus cloud that starts to form up an internal vortex, and that twisting motion twists it into that horseshoe shape briefly before it fades away and disappears. So it's something you don't see very often. I read about them in textbooks. Thanks to Rhonda here, I got to see one at least close to being in real life. I probably walked under it oblivious here today. Well, walking under the sky tomorrow, we may have more clouds than just that, and another rain chance is coming our way, which we will talk about coming up in just a tiny bit. Right now we have the current conditions to talk about. At the airport in Duluth, it's 44 degrees, 45% is the relative humidity, with a westerly southwesterly wind now calming down to 6 miles per hour. 29.87 inches of mercury is the barometric pressure, or 1,012 millibars. So it's actually risen a little bit in the last 4 hours, even though there's a low pressure system right on our doorstep trying to come into the region. Well, the reason will be that after sunset, our temperatures have cooled and cooler air gets denser, and so the pressure increases at least a little bit. But in general, it will lower, clouds will thicken, and tomorrow we get a 70 to 80% chance for a bit of rain. We'll talk about how much in just a bit, but right now we look at the current temps, which are in the upper 40s for the Upper Peninsula, anywhere from the low to upper 40s here in northern Wisconsin, 41 Solon Springs, 48 Hayward, and a similar process happening in Minnesota. Cool to the north, 36 International Falls, warm in the middle, Grand Rapids at 45, and not so bad down in the south towards Moose Lake at 41. Low temps tonight likely will run from the 30s into the lower 40s. Well, the situation right now, there's the low pressure system that brought some showers, just a trace of precip this morning, but then the high pressure came in, cleared up the sky, brought the blue sky, and helped form that horseshoe cloud. Well, that's leaving, because as I mentioned, there's a low pressure system coming our way out of Idaho, bringing us that 70 to 80% chance for rain on our Wednesday. It'll be gone as early as Thursday, but in between, I think rain totals tomorrow could run from about a quarter to a half inch for many of our towns, maybe a third for some places like Ashland and Mellon, but all in all, rain that we need. Now, temperatures, do we need them to dip into the 30s? Well, it happens this time of year. Minnesota's lows will go from 38 to 45 with a mostly cloudy sky, and it'll be mostly cloudy in Wisconsin and Michigan with the low temps in the lower 40s. Tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, 53 is the normal. We'll bracket it in Wisconsin and the UP. 52 to 56 with the 70% chance for that third of an inch or so worth of rain. And it's an 80% shot in Minnesota with high temps from 46 to even 56. Cooler north, warmer south. And then once we get past tomorrow, it dries up and cools down even farther. Low 40s Thursday and Friday. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, high temps around 40 all 3 of those days. Overnight low temps dipping into the 20s, Tony, so that will tangle with another low pressure system that just might create a rain and snow mix each morning during those 3 days.
Okay, hopefully that the payoff on Wednesday is a nice heavy rainfall. I know we could certainly use it around the region.
Well, I'm banking more towards a moderate one, but one can always hope. Tony, got the fingers crossed.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Dave. Infertility issues impact 15% of the world's couples who are trying to start a family.
With October being Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, CBS3's Leanne Valdez introduces us to a couple taking a unique approach, shedding light on a topic that is usually not talked about.
We always say in the infertility world, it's a club we would never want anyone to be a part of.
6.1 million women in the United States ages 15 to 44 have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It's not just women either, says gynecologist at Essentia Health, Dr. Cassing.
About 40% of the time when the couple is unable to conceive, it is related to a male factor.
It's an issue hitting close to home for Amanda Spildy and her husband, Andrew.
The ache for it is just something that's always been there.
They've been trying to have children for years. Amanda underwent many hormone therapies and medicated cycles, but nothing worked.
Our OB brought us in and just said, you know what, you guys, I think it's time for your bodies to take a break. There's nothing else that we can do in Duluth for you, and I highly suggest that IVF is the next option for you.
Amanda started in vitro fertilization this April and had her first miscarriage at 7 weeks shortly after. Exhausting, both mentally and physically.
Some days it looks like I can't get out of bed. Some days it looks like I can't go to a baby shower. Some days it looks like I'm screaming on my closet floor and my husband's picking me up.
Now they're bringing people along on their journey as Amanda recently underwent her second IVF cycle. She started an Instagram account called The Big Wait.
I just thought, man, there are so many people suffering in silence.
Amanda shares personal posts about her daily struggles, hoping to inspire others. One by one, people started following.
And it was people who had experienced the same things. It was our friends who are scared they might be on a path like this in their life as well.
She hopes their page can be a learning tool
We are taught in school how not to get pregnant. We learn everything about avoiding families, but we don't really learn how to go through the process when it's not working.
Amanda says no matter the outcome of her second IVF cycle, she and her husband will always have each other.
It could just be the two of us, and that's still family to us.
The Spildies are also open to fostering a child or adoption. If you'd like to follow them on Instagram, their account is called The Big Wait.
Local Nature Center is selling a sweet treat, hoping to keep their students' minds fed. Hartley Nature Center is raising money by selling Betty's Pies. They'll use the proceeds to buy a winter tent and a stove. That means their students can stay entirely outside during preschool, even in those colder winter months. It's an effort to prevent the spread of coronavirus while educating students year-round.
In past winters, we've never missed a day outside in the winter. We go outside even if it's for 5 minutes, back in to warm up, out for 5 minutes, back in, outside again. And a winter camping tent will allow us to do that without having to have as much indoor time along with it.
We have a link to buy those pies on our website.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett was questioned today on Capitol Hill. We'll fill you in next.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. minersmortgage.com.
Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now get $5,000 total cash on Escape. That's $5,000 total cash, only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Clean water. Some of us take it for granted. Not me. I'm Beth Myers. I have the honor of representing you in the State Assembly. It wasn't that long ago that my family was struggling. We went 7 years without running water. The health of our families and our economy depends on clean water. That's why I'm fighting so hard against special interests who want to pollute our land and water. I'm Beth Myers, and I promise I will never take you or the Northland for granted.
St. Anne's Assisted Living, here when you needed us before, here when you need us now. We're open for business. Call to schedule your personal tour now. 218-727-8831.
This pandemic is like an earthquake that's shaken our lives and highlighted our challenges, like helping people and businesses recover while building a stronger and more just America. And that's why I'll work with anyone in either party to get things done in the Senate. One example, I've taken on the drug companies to make lower-cost drugs like insulin available. I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message because I will move hell or high water to do what it takes to help my fellow Minnesotans.
I support Pete Stauber because Pete Stauber has working men and women's backs.
Pete Stauber has worked to get our economy reopened and bring jobs back to Minnesota.
Pete doesn't care about politics. He cares about doing his job and creating jobs for us.
Fighting for our jobs, fighting for our families, fighting for our way of life.
This isn't about politics. This is about protecting jobs in Minnesota. Pete Stauber's there for us when the rubber meets the road.
Pete Stauber for Congress.
I'm Pete Stauber, and I approve this message.
Von Duluth Casino is hiring. Apply today.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett spent the second day of her confirmation hearing being questioned by the Senate Judiciary Committee.
Judge Barrett defended her judiciary philosophy while declining to say how she might rule on issues related to health care, abortion, and the upcoming election. In a long day of questioning, Judge Barrett argued if she's confirmed, her rulings will be based on the law, not her personal opinions. Judge Barrett did not commit to recusing herself on any possible election-related cases should they come before the court. She added she has had no conversations with the White House on specific cases. The hearing will resume tomorrow.
Coming up in sports, playoff soccer is off and going. Highlights from the pitch are coming up next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association, Range Regional Airport, and Miners National Bank of Evelyn.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
To all our MediaCom customers, thank you.
We just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting us to keep your family connected.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Yep, we got you.
Thank you so much for being patient and your support.
You all are the reason that we do what we do, and we couldn't do it without you.
So thank you. We appreciate you, and please stay safe.
Thank you for being a part of our MediaCom family.
You're the best.
Thank you.
I set you free. I told you could. Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now get $5,000 total cash on Escape. That's $5,000 total cash, only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. Hello, this is Sam. That's simple human sense.
Ask J3 Insurance in Duluth if auto owners make sense for you.
Minnesota's our home.
Here we vote.
Todos los años, Minnesota lidera las conferencias de votantes en el país.
And in 2020, we're going to lead the country in voter safety. To do it, we are going to vote.
From here?
Here.
From Hucken.
Because we all care about Minnesota. So go here now.
And vote here today.
I'm Quinn Nystrom, and I pay $600 a month for 2 vials of insulin, and that's with insurance. Meanwhile, drug company profits go up and up. It's why I refuse to take their money for my campaign. But Pete Stauber has taken tens of thousands of dollars from corporate interests and voted 5 times against lowering the cost of prescription drugs. I approve this message because I know we literally can't afford Pete Stauber in Congress.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station, 95 KQDS.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
It has been another dominant season for the Duluth East girls tennis team. Section tournament wins over Grand Rapids and Andover have propelled them into the Section 7 AA championship match, which was earlier today. The Greyhounds looking to end their season on top. Elk River is the only team standing in their way. This one turned out to be a good one. Elk River's Emma Anderson took down Annabelle Humphreys in 2 singles, but the Greyhounds stepped up in a big way elsewhere. Kirsta DeBarrow stuck out a pair of tight sets against Kate Perbix in 3 singles to win 7-5 and 6-4. One single star, Ali Heidela, liking what she sees. Heidela won 6-0, 6-1 in Duluth East, claims the Section 7 tennis title. 4-3, the final. And speaking of section playoffs, girls soccer teams opened up postseason play today. 16 teams in Section 7A turning over a clean slate. We start in Esco, where the 5-seeded Eskimos hosted 12-seeded Proctor. Esco opens up with some great chances in the first few minutes. Mallory Sonorborg creates an opportunity, but Ava Bennett is there for the save. In the 12th minute, Ava Corby gets inside with it again, but once again, Bennett gets her glove on it. This game stayed tight. Scoreless at the half. A goal in the 56th minute from Mallory Sonneborg was the difference as the Eskimos advance 1-0 the final. They will get Zimmerman in the next round, who defeated Two Harbors earlier today. Elsewhere, Hermantown moves on with the 4-2 win over North Branch. And they'll get the winner of this one, the defending section champs, Cloquet Carleton, hosting Mesabi East. It only takes a few minutes for the Jacks to get going. Elle Carlson across to Alex Snesrud makes it 1-0 Cloquet. A few minutes later, Olivia Jameson to Brianna Matson. The senior does the rest, top shelf off of her right foot. She added another goal in the first half before she was done. And oh boy, Cloquet Carleton moving on, 11-0 the final. And the CEC boys also win big over Hibbing. They'll get Duluth Denfeld, who won 4-0 over Hermantown. Plus, Mesabi East falls to Grand Rapids, and Duluth Marshall falls to Pack Charter. And this is it for high school cross country this season as well. No state meet around the corner. Sections are the culminating championship event. Yesterday was the 7 single A girls meet, and today it was the boys' turn at Cloquet Country Club. Again, runners were sent out in waves of 25 runners or less all day, so 4 teams every hour. The first wave of the day was loaded with talent, including Greenway Nashua Keewatin's Gino Urbom. He dominated this meet and has done it in the past as a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior. Today, as a senior, finishing with a time of 15 minutes, 58 seconds, the defending Class A state champion says that big races give him all the extra motivation.
Races like these, like section, state, the regionals, which aren't happening this year, I always gear up for those and try and run my fastest, hardest races at these kind of meets. So I felt good. I knew I was prepared coming into here. I felt good right off the start. Years ago, I was like, I thought to myself, I'm going to win this race every single year until I graduate. So that was the plan, and it worked out.
And in second place from Virginia was Cameron Stockey. The sophomore finished with a time of 16 minutes, 25 seconds. And as for team results, Pequot Lakes took the section title with all of their top finishers in the top 30. GNK was second, followed by Virginia, Ely, and North Shore. And finally, some girls volleyball action tonight up at Duluth Marshall on the Hill. The Hilltoppers welcoming in Grand Rapids. First set, Duluth Marshall's Ella Simeon takes the set on the left side and sends it over with a soft kill. That spot always works well. Marshall ties it up. More from the outside, Addie. She's a freshman stopper, sends one deep to the back row. That is off the defender's hands. Marshall retakes the lead, but here come the Thunderhawks, number 10, doing things on the left side for Grand Rapids as Ava Salmela smacks one down for the point. Grand Rapids goes on to take this one in 3 sets. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Save $200 off a 2-month program and get free shipping. It's our 10th anniversary sale. Save $200 and free shipping at Healthy Systems USA. Order now.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now get over $4,750 total cash on Explorer. That's over $4,750 total cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Today, we help people. We help them shine bright. Walk with confidence. Help them play like the kid they are. Even plan for a healthy future. Outpatient surgery excellence. Lake Walk Surgery Center.
Make Mom and Grandma's jewelry new again at Numi Jewelers. Come to our remount event October 15th and 16th by appointment only. Bring an old ring, pendant, or earring and design a new piece you will love. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
St. Anne's Assisted Living. Here when you needed us before, here when you need us now. We're open for business. Call to schedule your personal tour now. 218-727-8831.
Here at Angie's Closet, we are a consignment boutique that carries a variety of women's clothing and accessories in all shapes, sizes, and styles that are friendly on your wallet. Come let Angie and her team style you from head to toe in an outfit that is just your style. We feature name brands like Calvin Klein, Banana Republic, Chico's, and more. We are honored to have been voted the best consignment store in the Northland for 2020. Stop in today at Angie's Closet or find us online. We're located on Tower Avenue in Superior, Wisconsin.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Save $200 off a 2-month program and get free shipping. It's our 10th anniversary sale. Save $200 and free shipping at Healthy Systems USA. Order now.
Season 2 is here, y'all. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it
The
get?
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Dave, is it going to be cool tomorrow?
Every day is cool around here, sister. But I think it'll be near normal as far as that goes. We'll top out around 53 degrees, but that may be the last day we're near normal. Then we start to drop temperature-wise by Thursday.
Thanks for joining us.